Welcome to Worldwide Hippies News and Stuff for the week of March 7th. I am Winston Smith. Special report this week on Bradley Manning, private first class being held in Quantico, Virginia, on suspicion of providing the Nobel Prize nominated website WikiLeaks low and mid-level information on the activities of our government. Bradley Manning, who is he? What did he do that led to his arrest? Why is he being tortured by the Army and the Justice Department? What is his association with Julian Assange and WikiLeaks? And then a commentary by yours truly. On July 12, 2007, U.S. helicopter airstrikes in Baghdad claimed the lives of at least 18 civilians, including 2 Rutgers News employees. A video of the incident was recorded by the helicopter crew and later became known as the collateral murder video. Bradley Manning was a private first-class intelligence analyst in the Army. During his duties, Private Manning became aware of the collateral murder video and efforts of Reuters news service to obtain the video. The Army at all times was denying that it even existed. Manning had told his friend Adrian Lameau later, to turn federal agent snitch, that he was troubled by information he became aware of, including the collateral murder video and other documents. He said that he might give the video and other documents to the WikiLeaks website. On April 10, 2010, WikiLeaks released the collateral murder video. On May 24th, Adrian Lameau contacted federal agents and told them of his and Manning's conversations. On May 29th, Bradley Manning was arrested in Kuwait. Since then, he has been charged with taking classified documents that indicated illegal acts of torture, murder, espionage, sanctioned war crimes, cover-ups, and corruptions by American soldiers, national security agents, the Bush and Obama administrations. On July 29, 2010, after being held in hostile conditions in prison in Kuwait, Bradley Manning was transferred to Quantico Brig, maximum security in Virginia. Since then, he has been subject to further harsh treatment and denied his rights. The U.S. government, without explanation, has limited his access to lawyers, denied him several personal visits, and harassed the people that were trying to see him. The Army admits to keeping him in solitary confinement for 23 hours a day. He is allowed out of his cell for 1 hour, but he must keep moving while wearing ankle chains during that time, or he is put back into his cell. Of the few visitors and lawyers that have been able to briefly see him, their observations are that he is being tortured. He has aged years, has cognitive and physical problems, some that appear to be drug-induced. He tells them, among other things, of being sleep-deprived, kept cold, video cameras and guards that allow him no privacy, strange-tasting food, bright lights on 24 hours a day. He is allowed no blankets. Now he must sleep naked each night and stand for hours nude each day for inspection. The U.S. Armed Services admits to having kept him naked and says that it's because he's suicidal. The Army also admits to giving him a regimen of authority-administered antidepressant drugs. He is not officially on a suicide watch list and has shown no inclination towards harming himself. It has been 10 months and Bradley Manning has yet to see the inside of a courtroom. Bradley Manning is a political prisoner here in the United States. There are many political prisoners here. The media and the courts do not acknowledge any of them. It is my opinion that Bradley Manning will never make it to a court of justice. He may be tried by a secret panel of judges, but he will never be allowed a jury of his peers to judge the evidence and to hear testimony from any witnesses in his defense. It is probable he may not even live long enough to be tried in any of the courts, or his mind so destroyed by government-induced drugs that he will rot away in a cell like Jose Padilla. Remember Jose Padilla? He has been described as a piece of furniture after our interrogators got through with him. He's another U.S. citizen. We all know that since 9/11, the United States has admittedly used torture on innocent people, engaged in war for profit in Iraq and Afghanistan and now Pakistan, where killing civilian men, women, and children seems to be the norm. We have no moral ground to stand on in this country anymore, no moral ground at all. Presidents and vice presidents brag about torturing human beings. In fact, they sell books about the joys of it. Warmongers from military high brass to civilian contractors, from corporate CEOs, JAG officers, politicians, weapon manufacturers, paid mercenaries, flag-waving patriots, media owners, editors, reporters, religious leaders and followers, low-ranking soldiers, doctors, lawyers, judges, all of them know the truth in some form and some part, and by their action or inaction support these crimes and are complicit in them. It is no secret. Bradley Manning never turned over any information to WikiLeaks that was not true and available to thousands of people, military and civilian. There are even corporations that had access to this information. No one, according to several government and private reports, was ever harmed by information released by WikiLeaks. But the politicians, pundits, and mainstream corporate-run media every day hint that people have died or may have been harmed from leaked information, yet no names or events are ever mentioned. Again, Bradley Manning is being tortured, misrepresented, and denied his rights as a political prisoner, a U.S. soldier, and a citizen right here on U.S. soil. But the real issue is not Bradley Manning. He's the example for you to see, you and me. After all, we know about the U.S. corporate government from their own mouths what they're capable of. Remember how boastful Dick Cheney was about our intent to visit the dark side? And the supportive commentary from all major corporate media outlets after he said it. So why is Mr. Manning not just vanished into a torture hole as some Americans have? Why is he not just unpersoned as many people from around the globe have been, by corporate and government hands? Extraordinary Rendition is the name of the program started by Bill Clinton administration, and it started long before 9/11. The answer to this is as simple as it is evil. Be afraid of your government is the message. Do not speak out. Pretend all is good with the USA, or you might be next. The Patriot Act allows for you, me, anyone, to be taken away in the night or the day, to be tortured, degraded, denied any right to trial, bail, lawyers, justice, or dignity. Death if the president just says so. You have no rights to privacy here in the United States anymore. No correct due process. Very little access to government for redress of any issue. Americans are monitored daily, all of our activities, in public places, stores, private buildings, and in the workplace. Cameras, sniffers, scanners, pat-down, ID checks, and in some instances, demands for body fluids. Have you ever heard of a CEO, a politician, or a judge being subject to random drug testing? But there is a truth out there that is showing itself, and it's a truth that is shaking the trees of every haunted wood of power. Truth from a cell in Virginia to Tunisia, Egypt, and all over this globe. That truth is that even with the monopoly on violence held by our rulers, when the people stand up for theirs and each other's freedoms and rights, when the masses of humanity decide to move, the vibrations of chants for justice just grow and grow. At times the earth itself seems to be joining in. The reality of power exposes itself during these times of truth, and is no longer in the hands of those who had claimed it. It's with the people, you, me, and the 95 percenters. Bradley Manning is just a man, but he represents all of the truth seekers, the abused, exploited, and tortured. The powers that be know that. They're afraid of what he represents. Bradley Manning chose to ring the bell, and torture can't unring it. The first freedom a person can gain back for oneself at any time, any place, alone or with many, is choice. We can all choose to say no, no more, enough is enough. Once you choose not to give in to fear, and you give in to the pangs of freedom and justice, you take back the power of living on this planet as a whole human being with rights, soul, and dignity. Love of truth and each other, along with the love of our spinning island, the freedom of action for the better. Bradley Manning knows this power. Even when standing naked, sick, drugged, abused, he knows the power. When you are ready, sisters and brothers, you will know the power too.